Maybe looking through a couple of examples of some problems or some terms with exponents in it, I could show you a couple of things I want you to be careful of. What an exponent is, the notation, there's a little superscript, smaller number that's above and to the right of a number. We call the number that's on the bottom part, we call it the base, and the exponent is above. So the base in this problem is a 4, and the exponent is a 2. Want to become comfortable with the base and the 2, or base and the exponent. So what is 4 to the second, or 4 to the 2th, or 4 squared? What does that mean? Well, exponents is a way for us to write multiplication problems in a shorthand method. 4 squared means 4 times 4. The base times itself as many times as the exponent says. And then you can do the result. 4 times 4 produces a 16. Let's look at negative 5 cubed. What is that saying? That's a negative 5 times a negative 5, bad 5s, times another negative 5. Sorry, there's no fraction there. So let me rewrite that for you. Negative 5 times a negative 5 times a negative 5. Odd number of negatives, so my result will be negative. And then 5 times 5 times 5 produces a 125. Let's look at the example of negative 2 to the 4th. What is that asking us? That's negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. So maybe you can get there ahead of me. I'm going to write it out for us. That's a negative 2 times a negative 2 times negative 2 times a negative 2. I'm certainly glad that we developed a shorthand method to do multiple multiplication problems over and over. Why we use exponents. There's an even number of negatives, so my result will be positive. Then 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, think of 16. Let me rewrite this one a little bit of a different way. What about negative 2 to the 4th? What do you think that one equals? How many of you guys jumped right off to, well, Willie, it equals 16? Or did some of you guys go, wait a minute, there's something different about these two, so maybe something is happening here. Remember that the exponent only affects its base. In this problem right here, its base was the entire negative 2 because I had parentheses around it. So the exponent was to the parentheses and everything inside. In this problem, the base is only the 2. So how does that change to the written out process? Well, I have a negative, or it's a negative 1 times a 2 to the 4th. Maybe as a way to visualize that. So I have a negative 1 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And that produces a negative 16. Now I want you guys to know the difference and understand the difference here, because this will trip us up repeatedly. So work it through now so we can do things with it later.